Well, spoiler alert, this is not a very happy video. So to keep your spirits up throughout the duration, I'll be showing you some of the vehicles that are genuinely listed on Facebook Marketplace at the moment in the Faroe Islands. But before we do anything, we need to take a minute to appreciate that on Thursday the 7th of August in the Conference League third qualifying round, Iceland's Vikinga Reykjavik, Norway's Viking FC and our very own Vikinga Gotha all played at the same time, all at home. Triple Viking attack. How did they go? Well, Vikinga Reykjavik got an NSOI style gut punch, beating Bromby 3-0 and then losing the second leg 4-0, and Viking FC were no match for Besikta here. Meanwhile, Vikinga Gotha were hosting Northern Irish side Linfield. This Sea-Doo 260 RXT-X in Tórshavn has 122 hours of sailing time under its belt and has recently had an oil and oil filter change and could be yours for just 69,000 kroner. The game was played at the National Stadium Tórsvalla and Vikinga had the lead in under 3 minutes in one of the fastest goals scored by a Faroese side in Europe, second only to Alexander Berntsen putting Klaksvík 1-0 up against Malmö inside 2 minutes last July. A Matthew Fitzpatrick equaliser was cancelled out by what will be the winning goal from Ingi Jónardsson, the defender's first goal in over a year, ending the first leg 2-1 up. Klaksvík, meanwhile, were up against Niemann from Belarus. Speaking of Klaksvík, how about this lovely MAN TGE for just 125,000 kroner? Available in the town, it's only 6 years old but does have light damage to the right hand side, hence the low price. The first leg, also at the Tórsvalla, saw Renny Jonsson and Paul Kletsgaard put Klaksvík into a good 2-0 lead within 45 minutes, but they couldn't add to it. No matter, on to the second legs with both teams in winning positions and halfway to the fourth round. This all-electric Renault Zoe in Hoyvik is down from 149,000 to 139,000 kroner. It is 4 years old and only has 16,000 kilometers on the clock and can get up to 395 kilometers on a single charge. Vikinga travelled to Belfast in a game I did try to attend, but I spent the plane ticket money on a non-league football shirt and CDs from the 90s. Not a joke. And I'm kinda glad I didn't end up there, as I'd have had a very disappointing evening, as Linfield went into a 2-0 lead by half time and just didn't let Vikinga back into the game. Full time on aggregate, alas, was Vikinga 2, Linfield 3. If you're tired of pushing your sheep from place to place, then pick up this sheep pen trailer for just 5,000 kroner from Reykjavik. But if that disappointment was crushing, then Klaksvík were pulverised by what was happening at the neutral ground in Hungary. 0-0 on the night and still leading 2-0 on aggregate going into the 80th minute of the match. They found themselves 2-0 down just 4 minutes later. Ukrainian defender Yuri Pantia pulling their Pantias down with a few minutes to go. With crowds back home watching on, Klaksvík couldn't find a way through in extra time and then lost on penalties, scientifically the least enjoyable way to exit a cup. Feeling flash? For 625,000 kroner, this Nimbus 310 Coupe in Tórshavn could be yours to sail off with. With an all-new interior and 230 horsepower turbo and intercooler, you'll be in Greenland before you close the curtains. So it means that's that, unfortunately. Nowhere for our gallant teams to drop into. That is it for European football this season. 2 teams make it to the third qualifying round, and 2 heartbreaking defeats from winning positions. Never mind, we'll be back next year. Well, we always are. Both of those teams, by the way, have a chance of silverware as they meet in the Faroese Cup final on Halloween. More continental action is heading our way soon though, as World Cup qualifying continues in September with games against Croatia on September the 5th and Gibraltar on the 8th. Until next time, Faroe fans, thanks for watching.